Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for joining me. What I do is I'm a life coach. I help people recover from emotional pain, suffering, trauma, relationships, things like this. So if you're joining me today, you probably have a bunch of questions and I recommend that you ask me. I might be able to have an answer for you. I want to welcome new subscribers. Hello everyone. Thank you and welcome to my channel. Thank you for subscribing very much. I appreciate your support and your help. It's what I need to keep doing what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is answering people's questions from the last Q&A, last Monday. I do this every single Monday. So I'm answering people's questions from last week. Today, any questions you guys have, go down to the comment section, ask me a question, tell me your location, and I'll answer them in the next video next week. That's all I ask is please tell me your locations. We want to know where you guys are, please. It's something that's very hard for you guys to remember. And I get it. I understand you're focused on something else, but that's all I'm asking. Just tell me where you're from. That's it. Please. Thank you. Something I like to recommend every once in a while is something called Shane's Law Petition. I've become an advocate of anti-smearing, anti-attacking people, anti-talking crap about people, anti-accusing and singling out and character assassination. I'm against that. Not just because I'm a victim of it, but because I don't want to see society go that way. And that's where the internet will take us if we aren't conscious of our actions. So Shane was somebody who was a victim of a horrible smear campaign that lasted years. It was intrusive and went in all areas of his life and affected him and the people he loves. There was no help, no support, no answers for Shane. And Shane, sadly enough, did something that a lot of people do every single day, and that's kill himself. He took his own life. And thank God somebody started a petition in Shane's name so he wouldn't die in vain. And it's to start a law to be against this kind of public smearing and attack. So it's gained a lot of traction since I've supported it. It's got tens of thousands of hits since I started supporting it. I really want to thank you for taking the time to just follow that link below and just saying, yes, I support this. That quick. Follow the link, check it, done. Anybody in the world, anybody. Even if you're not in America, let us lay the tracks down, right? Let us start. And then you guys can follow if that's the way it works. I don't care who starts this. It needs to stop is the problem, okay? I'm very, very against this stuff, and I'm going to start making a ton of videos about this stuff. And because I have found so much new information in the last couple of months. And now I know how to stop this. I didn't know how to stop it for a long, long time. And I would tell people good information still on how to deal with it, how to avoid it, how to have a better, healthier life, even though people are doing this to you. Now I know how to stop it. So I want to be there for people that are suffering from this because it is horrible. People are killing themselves left and right from this stuff. While the person doing it, the people doing it, have nothing, no repercussions. Now they will. Now people will. Like the person doing it to me will have to pay for this, for 2 years of doing this. It's now their turn to suffer. So please, all of you, I really mean it, follow the link below in the description box. See the little description tag? Should be right here, down here, just down here a little bit. A little arrow, boom, it opens up the description. You'll see Shane's Law Petition. Follow the link, check it. Thank you. I want to thank people for donations. I haven't received donations for a very long time until over the holidays. I've received donations from 4 different people. Ellie, Carissa, Jeffrey, and Lou. Thank you so much. I can't think of a better gesture than to give your hard-earned money to somebody to support them. That is just huge. And it says so much more than just the money or the amount. I don't know you. I don't know you guys. You guys are supporting me and giving me your money. That is just huge. I promise I will make use of it. Good use. Thank you so much, all of you. Something else I like to do every single week is just recommend something. Could be anything. A person, an author, a book, another channel, supplements. This week, I'd like to recommend 6 things you can do every day that will help your life. Life is a journey with the common goal for most of us of becoming the best possible version of ourselves. Whether that's we recreate, reinvent ourselves every day. Who cares? As long as we become a better person, I think that's a very common goal amongst all of us. So I want to recommend 6 things, and I broke them up into 3 groups. First one is look in the mirror and do 2 different things. And I mean it. If you guys have never done this, don't laugh it off. Don't think it's no big deal. And don't be scared. Okay? I'm telling you, this starts a relationship with yourself. And if you have been in abusive relationships, you don't have one with yourself. Okay? So this starts right here. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. Just say, I love you with your name. I love you, David. Okay? And give yourself a compliment every day. I love you, David. You have beautiful hair. Give yourself a compliment every day. The next 2 is with other people, right? So we start in the morning. We say, I love you, and say, I have beautiful hair in the mirror. And then you walk out of the house, and then you deal with people, and you give a person a compliment. Try to compliment somebody else every day, okay? Also, when interacting with people, try your hardest to always be honest and direct. Huge. It will benefit you always to be honest and direct. Not being honest and direct is hurting you, okay? Last 2 things is about a plan. We should always have a plan. Always have a plan. Some people call them goals. I like to call them a plan. Always have a plan all the time that can change all the time. That's fine. Doesn't have to be set in stone forever. We change, life changes, our interests change. Just have a plan. That's it. Have a plan and tell yourself what it is every day. Just remind yourself of what your plan is every day and do one thing every single day that helps you closer to that goal or plan. That's it. Look in the mirror, say, I love you. Give yourself a compliment. Give somebody else a compliment. Always be honest and direct. Okay? Always have a plan. Tell yourself and remind yourself what that plan is every day, and feel free to change it every day. And do one thing to help you closer to that goal or plan. That's it. Thanks. All right. There's that. Let's get on with the questions, shall we? First question is from Katie in Indiana. Hello, Katie. Just got out of a relationship with a psychopath. I don't even know where to begin other than I'm healing and starting to see more clearly every day. He abused me in every way. It was a nightmare and he was pure evil. I'm sorry, Katie. I know you didn't have a question. I just wanted to read this. I hope this changes for you. And I don't mean the past. I mean your feeling about it. Okay? I hope it won't be a nightmare someday. When you look back, it won't seem like a nightmare. I hope, he may not even be a psychopath. We always tend to do that. I did that. Everyone thinks their ex is a psychopath, maybe a sociopath, maybe just a narcissist, maybe just borderline. So just keep learning, okay? Don't chalk up your experience as one thing like you have and then just move on. Keep learning, keep learning. Break this down into pieces. Understand it, okay, Katie? You're not alone. Thank you for sharing here. You're not alone now, okay? There's millions of other people suffering just like you. For some reason, that just usually seems to feel better, huh? I mean, it's horrible that there are people, millions, suffering, but misery loves company. And there's always another spot on the couch next to you when you're miserable for someone else. Anne Mack, you didn't leave your location. Do you think personality disorders actually exist? Or is it our way of showing our intolerance of our differences? And I love deep questions, and I love when people force me to think, and then I can get you guys to think. So, do personality disorders actually exist? No. Of course not. We all have brains. Mine works this way, yours works that way. These are human concepts, right? Like money. Does money actually exist? Right? Show you a piece of paper, and how much is that worth? Well, here's the same piece of paper. How much is that? They're worth different? Huh. Human concept. Okay? Do they actually exist in our minds? And we use things like words and to name things to change things. We can't change something unless we name it. Right? Like, I can't just go outside and cut that tall stuff with a mower. You know, it's green. You might know what I'm talking about, but it's so much easier to say grass, lawn, isn't it? You have to name something to change something. What is it? Personality disorders were designed, the terms were not for you and I, not victims, not society, for disordered people. So people think that disordered people never go get help and stuff. That's not true. That's not true. I've had plenty of disordered people come to me for help. Plenty. And these terms were to help patients understand what's wrong with them. Here's what's wrong. Here's what you need to fix. Here's how you fix it. Just like that. Better way to understand. An easier way to communicate. That's easy. There are no bad words. I hate bad words. That doesn't make sense. The meaning of a word might suck, but you can't use bad words. I mean, you can't use certain words, specific words, stuff like this. Now, communication is the most important thing in the world. And if I use words to help me communicate, don't tell me not to, please. These are actually, personality disorders are a better way to communicate and understand things. It's that simple. But I know what you're asking. I don't think that's exactly what you're asking. So, is it, and you're right. Technically, you're right about this kind of approach, because often what people have such big problems with other people is really the problem they have with themselves. And when they accept themselves, they learn to start accepting people, other people. Okay? The person that accepts and loves himself the most will accept everybody for the way they are. Good or bad or sick or happy or sad or dying, right? I mean, look at the world for what it really is. There's 2 million babies dying at all times, suffering and pain. Thanks. I love that question. But you're right. I think the personality disorder label is something to help all of us understand, specifically them. So they understand what's wrong with them. But the hate, the pointing fingers, accusations, they're the devil, Satan, alien, all this crap is all you not understanding and you not accepting the things you don't like about yourself. Trust me. Because when you accept and love yourself, you don't need to feel this way about other people. Period. Thank you. Good question. Jessica from Ireland. Hello, Jessica. I've been engaged to a narcissist for 7 years. He discarded me a week before Christmas and returns New Year's Day, claiming his love for me. Well, that was a week. He took 7 years to realize he hates you and then he loves you. Is he only using me again until he finds another supply like he has the other times? My head is mush. I cannot take it anymore. Thank you. You're welcome. And I'm sorry for your mushy head. That's what happens when people walk all over it. You're letting him walk all over your head. You're asking me, first of all, Jessica, I would have no idea about anything about this guy. Only what you tell me, right? So all you're telling me is that he discarded you, use the word discard, which means garbage. So he threw you away like garbage a week before Christmas, returns on New Year's Day and wants something from you. After he already threw you away like garbage, now he wants something else from you. And he has used you before and dumped you and kept you around until he found another supply and dumped you for that supply other times. He's done this. When somebody hurts somebody like this, my best suggestion to that victim, the person who's been hurt, never let them do that again. I'm not saying never talk to them again. I'm not saying go hurt them back. I'm not saying you to do anything. I'm just saying don't let someone ever hurt you again. Don't let this person hurt you again. What's the best way to do that? Stop talking to him. Jessica, we've got to be cognitively aware of what we're doing. So why don't you write a list about all the things you love about him. Write another list of all the things he loves about you. Then go over those lists with somebody that has a different outside perspective and can show you the truth, Jessica. Because if you start saying, I love who he is, that's wrong. He treats you like garbage, uses you, and hurts you. You don't love who he is, and you don't love what he does. So if it's not who he is inside, it must be outside. You must like the way he looks. He must be, you like sex. You value sex and he's good at it. Or you like money and he's got it. Or it's just so sick you're addicted to him. What is it, Jessica? Because don't tell me you like people who hurt you. Is he only using me again until he finds another supply like he has other times? Yes. I don't know, but I'll take a bet. I'll take a bet. Or you tell me, Jessica, how has he changed since the last time he's done that? Is he perfectly aware of how much he hurt you? Or will he not even listen to it? Or does he accuse you of something? Right? This is all garbage. And Jessica, it sounds like you are not able to do this on your own. I suggest you get help to figure this out. Have somebody help you, please. Okay? Good luck, Jessica. Nicole from Portland. Hello, Nicole. From the rainy city of Portland, Oregon. A question I have this week is about gaslighting. Could him trying to convince me he was a real-life vampire that had been 21 for the last 736 years and never dies be him gaslighting me? Along with delusion, or is it delusion of grandeur? He was so convinced and so convincing. I questioned everything. I thought, how could someone so intelligent, so charming, and so good looking actually believe this about themselves? Thanks, David. You're welcome, Nicole. Thank you. So we aren't talking about, is he a vampire? And I know you don't think that. You're trying to figure him out and how he felt, what he thought. And again, Nicole, I don't know him, right? Even if I knew him, I don't know what people are thinking. But we judge by behaviors, right? We can try to figure it out a little bit. And behaviors will show you at least what someone's feeling, usually, typically. So, does he really believe this? Or is he just full of it? How would I know? Sounds like he might actually really believe it. And he has, when we're delusional, there's always a little doubt, right? These people doubt everything. I bet he doubts every feeling he has, everything he thinks of, and everything he does, and everything he has to do. Doubt, 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 doubt. I bet he asked you a million times, what should I do about things? So he's delusional, and he needs to confirm it, right? So I say it many times. I bet he said this a lot, right? He repeated this story how many times, Nicole, right? He always resorted back to this and back to this and back to this. Something about this makes him feel better. He wants to be special. He wants to be unique. Very narcissistic, right? Narcissists are addicted to feeling special. Different, unique. That's the problem. He doesn't feel special enough. He doesn't feel equal with other people. He feels less of himself. This makes sense to him. I don't know. Sounds like he believes it, and if he believes it, he's delusional, and he tries to confirm it. And so we have impulsive thoughts, impulsive feelings. We say impulsive things and tell people and commit to it, and then we have impulsive behaviors. He's not happy, right? He's very, very unstable emotionally and has this huge, he's so unstable with his sense of self, of who he is. Now, he's not crazy. He's just disordered, okay? He's not in control of his actions, of his thoughts, of his feelings. He doesn't have control over these things. And he can't self-soothe, and he can't take care of himself and say, I'll be okay, you'll be all right. He has to say, I'm a vampire. I'm going to live forever. I'm better than everybody. It's ego, all ego, right? What he's telling you is not who he is inside. What he's telling you is what he is outside. Ego. He's so delusional. That's what it sounds like. So delusional. That's why he's convinced, and that's why he looks convincing. But the last thing you said here, how can someone so intelligent, so charming, and good-looking actually believe this about themselves? It's how we feel about ourselves, right? It's our own self-worth. intelligence, and charm, and good looking. Charm maybe, but the intelligence and good looking have absolutely zero to do with personality disorders or zero to do with how we feel about ourselves. Zero. The best looking person in the world that we all vote on is the best might commit suicide tomorrow. The ugliest person in the world might have the most confidence. Because it's not about ego outside. It's about inside. This is what it's about, Nicole. Who you are. Not what other people see, smell, feel. He doesn't know who he is. And these kinds of people, I don't want to try to find out. That's his job, right? So, yeah, I just want you to know that intelligence and looks have nothing to do, zero to do with personality disorders. Zero correlation, which is a rare thing in psychology. There's almost always some kind of correlation, especially between intelligence and what I do. Tons of correlation, but with personality disorders, has nothing to do with it, okay? So he could be genius, model, and hates himself and thinks he's a vampire. That's how he copes, okay? That's why it doesn't matter what people look like. It doesn't matter what people do. All that matters is how we feel. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Nicole. David, don't know your location. Please tell us your location, guys. My mother nearly murdered me when I was 8 years old, and I feel like an emotional cripple from the trauma. I started hiding from her and avoiding her, and I find that I have brought these mindsets into my adulthood. I find that these early traumas just seem to ruin intimacy. I'm sorry, David, that's horrible. It's amazing what an emotionally unstable mother can do to their child. I would imagine you have severe maybe codependency and also avoidancy. That could cause a ton of problems in relationships, especially. And it even ruins intimacy. Horrible. You can't even be intimate with another human being. That's so sad, David. Please give yourself the help that you need. We got to do this with other people. Okay? It sounds like you're suffering from childhood attachment trauma. That might help you. Maybe look into that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing you. I'm saying how you're feeling now in your adult life is probably from the childhood, the trauma as you attach to your mother. If you want to try to get some help, you can tell the therapist or whoever, say, I think that's my problem. But talk therapy, talk, all of it. Say it. Don't keep it a secret. That's shame. Say it. And eventually you'll be proud of it. I'm not kidding. Sorry, David. Good luck. Give yourself the help that you deserve. Okay? You're worth it. Where are we? Let's do one quick one. There's a lot. Darnell from Illinois. Hello, Darnell. What does it mean when a person gets back into a toxic relationship with their abuser and they know that they are an abuser but still goes back to them anyways? It's sad, isn't that? That's what it's called. Freaking sad. God, I see it all the time. I have people consciously, David, I'm going to go back to my abuser. Yes, I know they're disordered. Yes, I know they abused me, and I know they'll never change. See you later. Goodbye. Good luck. Bon voyage. Maybe I'll see you again soon. What does it mean? Well, it's just sick, isn't it? It's just sick. And I mean, look, what does it mean? Why do we even date one abuser? After they hurt us, and then another week they hurt us again, and then 3 months they hurt us again, and in 6 months they hurt us again. What does that mean? It's the same thing. Low self-worth. Our parents said we deserve this shit. You're nothing. And parents can do that, not even realizing they're doing that. They don't have to just say, you're nothing. You could just say, Dad, I feel this way, and Dad goes, whatever. Insignificant, small, worth nothing. We have a void, we didn't get the love we need, and we search for it. Instead of giving it to ourselves, we say it's out here. It's out here. It's external. Then you get abused, and whatever self-worth you have is so down. Then you become dependent, and you believe you need this person or you're going to die. You have compromised all of yourself. So there's nothing left of yourself. And you believe you and this other person are one person. How could they be with another person? They're allowed to. How could they go marry someone else? They were supposed to marry me. They're allowed to. I'm not saying it's nice, but they can go do whatever they want, can't they? But you think you're one person, right? My other half is out cheating on me. My other half is getting married tomorrow. My other half hasn't called me in 3 months. I don't understand. Yeah, because you're two different people and they're done. They're done with you. Like a piece of garbage. It's not great. It's not fun. It's not healthy. I get it. But that's the reality. You think you've become enmeshed. One person. You don't know where your feelings end and theirs begin. It's all one thing. I feel this way. You must too. And if I love you so much, how in the hell can you be out cheating on me? Because they don't love you. They don't feel the same way you do. I'm sorry. Thanks, Darnell. Please keep asking me if I didn't answer that enough. And I'm going to save the rest of these for part 2. Thank you. Please join me if you guys can. Help me by subscribing to my channel, please. By liking the comments, by commenting, by sharing this video, recommending it, posting it on your social media accounts. Okay? I'm not doing this for personal gain. If I can pay my bills, great. I want society to be better. I want people to stop suffering. Okay? Help me. You know how bad it is. Help other people. Just recommend me. Support me. Thanks. I'll see you in part 2. Love yourself first.